Hi, teacups,
Ladies and gentlemen,
gays and days, welcome to the She Brews podcast. Where the tea is always brewing. I am your girl and your host, Ginger Spice.
yo, Wagwan, it's me, Aphelele, Aphelele_am on all social.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, for this week's episode, my cousin is going to be my co-host. I've been talking for a while now about having a guest on the podcast, so I just thought, you know what, let me just make it happen. And it's perfect because he's in Durban for a short little while, and we cooked up like something really great to talk about this week, so I'm really excited about it, and I hope you are also.
Let's do this, man. Yeah, let's run it. Let's run it. I'm down for anything. She came to me, she's like, yo, podcast live. I'm like, let's do it, bro.
Hopefully my podcast does not get cancelled.
Nah, it wouldn't. It wouldn't get cancelled. I know. I got the PR training. Trust me.
Right. If you're listening on streaming platforms such as Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please make sure you follow the podcast and you rate it 5 stars because, like you guys know, I'm a 5-star girl. And if you are watching on YouTube, please make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, and you tell a friend to tell a friend.
Do the right things.
So this week we'll be talking about how our generation is becoming the new adults. We are becoming the aunts and uncles. We are now responsible people, and the little kiddies look up to us. And I thought it was perfect that I talk about this topic with my cousin because we've grown up together and we are together becoming the new aunts and uncles. So it was just, you know what, perfect. So I thought it would be cool for us to do a icebreaker to, loosen the tensions a little bit, get you warmed up, get you into this podcast game. Okay. And we're going to play Who's Most Likely To. Basically, the rules are very simple. I'm going to read a prompt and we are going to point to the person that we think is most likely to do this particular thing. And since we're talking about becoming the new aunts and the uncles of our family, it's family related, it's aunt and uncle related. We are definitely entering our unk era in this episode. Starting us off, who is most likely to spoil the nieces and nephews? I knew you were going to pick yourself. Why did I know that you were going to pick yourself?
Because I have a bigger heart. I feel like my heart is bigger than yours. Understand? Hey guys, don't let it fool you.
No. You have a bigger heart, but you're not the greatest gift giver. So you're trying to spoil the kids, but you don't even know what the kids like.
The thoughts counts.
Wait, okay. Right. Who is most likely to become the strict aunt or uncle? Oh, I thought you pointed yourself for a sec. I unfortunately am going to be that person. I'm vibey and I'm fine, but I'm also strict. I think it's the older sister in me, but I own it. It's a badge of honor. It's fine.
Shout out to you, man. She got us out. She kept us out.
I literally kept them alive. You say out of trouble, I kept all of us alive. Who is most likely to give the best life advice? 3, 2, 1. Namanga, because you come to me for advice. So
no, but
the advice that you're passing down is the advice that you got from me.
There's certain advice that allows me. Yes, I'll admit that. Guys, I'm not good in every single field. But she also gets alert sometimes. There's times that she can come to me.
Okay, the only area of my life that I come to you is the boys' chat.
Yeah, and I do the same when it comes to girls.
And other things.
Oh.
Who is most likely to be late to every family gathering? 3, 2, 1.
Wait, it's not actually you.
Yeah,
Y'all take... Bro, guys, when I tell you, man.
It's not my fault.
Last year...
It's not my fault.
Last year, this time around, she was in Gauteng visiting me. And we were supposed to go out to Gold Reef. Right? And...
No. But think about it. I was ready on time. That's why I'm saying it's not my fault. Even if I'm on time, it was not my fault.
Hey, man.
Anyways,
I'm just saying, bro.
Who is most likely to sneak the kids' sweets? And I put in brackets here, contraband for the teenagers. Because I feel like we would do it.
Yeah, the both of us would do it.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. We're both doing that. Thing is,
who would do it more?
Who would do it more? I think it's you. I think it's you. As much as, we'd both be doing it, but I would have rules and regulations. You would just do it why?
Responsibly, though. Trust me, responsibly, though. I will do it responsibly.
Who is most likely to be the emergency contact for the kids? 3, 2, 1. Yes, because I am currently the emergency contact. So even our nieces and nephews would be like, oh, let me phone Auntie dance.
Well, unfortunately, I'm the youngest on like my mom. For my mom's kids, I'm the youngest, so there's nothing much I can do.
Nothing much I can do. No, guys, enjoy being the youngest. I know it has its trials and tribulations, but enjoy it. Who is most likely to be the favorite aunt or uncle? 3, 2, 1. I'm not going to explain why.
No, explain.
No, I just think that you are the person that kids just gravitate towards, and kids like you and they like hanging out with you. I think, yeah, dude, you're the fun uncle. So that would automatically make you the favorite. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who is most likely to have all the nieces and nephews sleeping over every weekend?
I think we both would.
I think we both would.
We both would. We had a conversation about this.
Yes, we did have but the thing is, I would get annoyed pretty quickly because I don't want kids in my house. So if we were alternating, cool. But
majority of the time they'll be with me. How long you complaining if it's like 3 weeks?
No. Over every weekend, I have the whole week to recover. I'm not mad about if it's every weekend, I'll be fine.
No, not every weekend. Like for example, school holidays, 3 weeks straight at your house.
No, straight 3 weeks. Never mind. I take it back. Why am I fighting?
She won't be able to handle that, man. She can't.
But now you'd get annoyed.
After week 3, as soon as week 3 hits, I'll be like,
when he's getting annoyed, as soon as Wi-Fi slows down, you're irritated. Bro, your Wi-Fi gone. Who's most likely to teach the kids bad habits? 3, 2, 1. We are kankalo. And he's gonna teach the kids bad things just for
Nah, guys, I wouldn't intentionally teach them bad things.
No.
But guys, I'm responsible. Trust me.
Yeah, you are responsible. But also, just for shits and giggles, you teach them bad things. Exactly. Yeah. Yes.
I would.
Who is most likely to say back in my day? 3, 2, 1. Think about it.
Nah, bro.
AP, you must listen to him when he's telling stories because he likes, especially when we're talking to Sunny Lisa, for example, you like to refer back.
Nah, but okay, first. But guys, I do it because it's nice to be on this side of the spectrum now.
I don't like being on that side of the spectrum, so I'm not saying it.
Fair enough.
Who is most likely to keep family traditions alive? To be quite honest, I think it's both of us.
Yeah.
I think it's both of us. I think different family traditions would be priority for each person, but we're both definitely, keeping those things intact. Who is most likely to bring the best food to a family function? 3. I don't like my answer. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, man. Guys, culinary experts here.
No shame. I like to cook. He loves it. And I think for me, when it comes to a family function, hey, bruh, just as long as sonke sidlile, honestly. Oh, hi.
Oh, she's lazy, man. Guys,
who's lazy?
In the
No. Who did the entire Christmas Eve dinner? Who? The entire thing.
That doesn't count, though.
So I'm lazy.
If I was asked to, I would have done it with a smile on my face.
I was smiling. The only thing I was upset about was that I spent the whole day cooking and I missed out on all the fun stuff. But I wasn't mad that I was cooking.
Yes, but still, guys.
Anyway.
Cooking, I'm better. Yeah, she won't admit it, but
we're about to cut the cameras and I'm about to beat him up. Who is most likely to be the drunk aunt or uncle? 3. Actually, I don't want to count down because I don't think it's either one of us.
Yeah.
I know which relative is going to be the drunk aunt or uncle. I don't think it's any one of us though. It's not you and it's not me.
I have 2 people in mind.
That's my thing. I have an aunt and I have an uncle. That's my thing. I know.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
We know.
Alrighty, so now we're going to get into the main topic for today, which is about us growing up into the aunts and uncles of our families, becoming the new adults in the family. And I broke it up into 5 different parts because I thought each little section was important to talk about. And I hope you're prepared and you're awake because you're going to be thinking of proper answers to these questions, okay?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So we're going to start off with the first segment, which is becoming the new adult, what that encompasses and what that has been like for us. I wanted to start with asking you, dude, what is the first thing that you experienced that made you feel like you're an adult?
That was the first thing. When it comes to those things of like, I hope to, but like in the sense of I've been given those responsibilities. For example, taking kids to school.
Oh, I get what you mean.
Like, for example, my niece, I have to take her to school. There's a time I have to transport her sister around.
No shame. That makes sense because you're now in charge of the other kids.
Yeah.
And that's why you feel like an adult. That's fair. I think my moment when I first felt like an adult was when I was going out with my friends and I had to remember to bring my ID because there was a possibility we were going to be carded. And I realized, wow, you've done like
okay, carded. You all get carded. That's insane.
No, like there was a possibility. It didn't happen.
Okay,
but I remember thinking, damn, they might ask me for my ID and I'm going to a place that's 18 plus. Like it's important now. But yeah, I think that's my thing. Or maybe when I got my license. I think getting my driver's license made me think, damn, Unc, for real.
Came at a cost, guys. Oh, driver's license. Very nice. I love driving. Very nice.
What is an adult purchase that makes you ridiculously excited? Because I think you have a couple. This dude is laughing. No, dude, answer.
Oddly enough, petrol. Buying petrol. Like it does, like, I don't know.
Buying petrol makes you excited. Buying petrol pisses me off because you can never accurately budget petrol.
True.
Because what I put in this week could be very different to what I'm putting in next week, purely because of how much cents can change. Like, oh, it went up by 9 cents. You thinking 9 cents is not a lot until it starts adding up and you're like, actually, the 9 cents and
that small thing makes a huge difference.
It does. I think for me, it pisses me off. But I'm strangely super excited about house things. So like household appliances, like an air fryer or bedding, or like recently we got the heater. I don't know, man. I don't even use it that much, but the fact that we have it in the house makes me feel like, oh,
nice.
Yeah. So I think for me, it's definitely like appliances and things.
I mean, for me, like when it comes to old petrol chairs, because like
you're driving the car.
Yeah, that too. But like it's a thing of like, oh, this is what it feels like to actually like put in the work, kind of thing. And it's kind of nice. It's a nice feeling.
That's fair.
It's a nice feeling.
What is your most I'm getting old moment? Like, what is the moment that you think back to? What's
so like I actually made this joke with my mom the other day. I guess if you're kumbula those days of Mapumulo, like early days of Mapumulo. So our granny, right, she used to make us porridge in the morning. And I made that joke with my mom. I'm like, Anna, so Coco went back. Like, I told her, like, you're moving like Coco, how she moved back in those days. Like, early. And it made me also feel like, time has passed since then.
It genuinely has, because, dude, we were like, what, like 11, 12, 13 at that age? Like, we were small. And for me, what makes me go, damn, I'm old, is at family functions, being involved in the catering. So when Uma's like, okay, cool, do you know what ingredients you want for this particular salad? Why am I in charge of something at a family function? Like, usually as kids, we'd get there and they'd tell us, cut this, do that. Now we're in charge of things like
making certain food.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think that was the moment where I was like, wow, we're old. Also, when I started hearing the family gossip, when our parents started telling us stuff, I was like, oh, y'all trust us.
Hey.
Tea. So tea.
Hey, man. Yo, guys, family drama is so nice. I can't lie to you.
I really think it's so trippy finding out family drama, because when obviously we're younger, we don't know these things. It's happening around us. We have no idea it's happening. And then when you hear about it, you realize, you know what I was doing when all of this was happening? I was running around with hula hoops and things, you know? Behind the scenes. I think that trips me up a lot, because I'm like, when, how, where were we when y'all were doing that? Where were we?
Because like, it's like the things you find out, casual bunch.
I remember there was something I found out about Umkulu after he had passed away. And I remember when I was doing the maths in my head and the timeline, I was like,
Oh,
I was there that day. What are you talking about? I was there. And my mom looked at me and she was just like, yeah, you guys had no clue. And I was like, how did we have no clue? We were there.
The things that happen behind young kids' backs.
Not even behind our backs, in front of our
Yeah, in
faces,
front
and
of
we're
us.
like this. Yo,
Because we kids, bro. So what are you expecting? Like, and there's nothing of like, these ones. Ooh. And we charged it to the game because we had no choice but to charge it.
We genuinely had no choice. Like, we had to just accept it because these people are feeding us and putting roofs over our heads. So
what can you do?
when did you first realize the adults were starting to look at us as adults too?
For me, I would want to say that it started when, like, my mom would ask me to also pay for things around the house. Instead, like, not major things, obviously. Like, yeah. But like, for example, it'd be a thing of like, oh, Api, can you take the car and go buy bread or water, money, kind of thing. And like, I mean, I would invite it, obviously. But like, yeah, I have the funds to do those small things. So I'm just like, because I think I'm like, okay, now she trusts me enough to like actually go out there and get what needs to be gotten, you know.
I think for me, it's a little bit different because I guess I've always felt adult because of the responsibilities that I had. Like growing up, as much as I wasn't the oldest, but I was the oldest girl. So there were certain responsibilities put on me, even when we're all together, even the cousins and everything. I'm always just like, I'm treated differently compared to the other kids. So I've always felt adult, but I realized that the adults clocked and logged onto the fact that I'm adult very early on. I think I was like still in high school actually, because it started being a thing of I'm now in charge or responsible for people's whereabouts. Like your mom used to phone me all the time. Where's your mom? Where's your sister? And it's like, if I don't know where people are, genuinely I'm getting up for it. And it's not like, I wonder how my mom's at work. That's the last thing I know. But genuinely I had to know where people are, how to get a hold of them, that sort of thing. So being the go-to person, or like the person where if they can't find my mom, oh, okay, cool, please tell your mom this, that, and the third. So now they are leaving messages for my mom through me. So I became my mom's like assistant in her life. And I realized, oh, y'all trust me because
you're finally grown now, buddy.
Basically, that's what they were basically saying. What responsibilities came sooner than you expected?
Changing diapers.
I mean, that is valid.
She thinks I'm joking, but like...
No, you are so valid. I have a 15-year-old age gap. 15-year-old, that's not right. I have a 15-year age gap with my youngest sibling. Guys, I know way too much about babies and way too much about children. I don't like it.
Guys,
I don't like
don't get it twisted, man. We don't have kids, man. It's just a thing of like...
relatives around us are having kids. So like for me, okay, it was the whole little brother thing.
I have a niece.
Yeah, so we have a niece, but he actually lives with said niece. And she's adorable, like she's amazing. Mara. She's also a baby and she comes with baby things.
Hey, guys. Bro, like this is like other day, man. So I was basically left home alone with this kid, right?
Right.
And obviously, like, we potty training her and stuff.
Oh, so now I'm gay.
We are in the...
Stop. I'm already traumatized.
So, like, we're in that phase where we potty training her. And there was that day when I was home alone with her because the person that helps around the house, she was sick at the time, right? So I was home alone with the kid. I'm doing my job. I will feed her, get her what she needs. So she comes to me, she's like, yo, okay, I'm not going to start yo, but like, she comes to me, she's like, Api. I'm like, yeah, what's up? And then she'll tell me either pee-pee or poo-poo, right? But now, at this point, she's quiet. So now this is where I know things are like low-key a bit on, hey, she might have done the number 2 shenanigans, All right, cool. So I'm like, okay, pee-pee, poo-poo. She looks at me, poo-poo. She nods yes, I'm like, yo.
I think for me, the responsibilities that came way sooner than I expected. Okay, yes, obviously, like taking care of children and like the diapers and things. But I think also being an emergency contact for people. Because not so long ago, I was having conversations with my mom about medical aid, life covers and things like that. Not obviously that I hope she passes away. Like I genuinely hope my mom lives years and years and years and years and years and years and years. But it was realizing that if something were to happen to her, God forbid, the next person who kind of has to like juggle all of that is me. You know, as much as yes, my stepdad is around, but when it comes to like my siblings and also my extended family, people are gonna go, hey, what's going on to me? Mm-hmm. So I think that has been a tough one to handle and to swallow. Like, I'm an emergency contact now. Like, I'm in charge of people's lives. Like, even recently, I was redoing my medical aid, and I have my siblings under mine, and I was like, I have, like, when my medical aid is searched up there in the hospital, my dependents under my name. Crazy. Has adulthood looked the way that you imagined it would when you were younger?
Nah.
What do you mean, no?
Nah, I thought it was easier than this.
Fair enough. I think adults made it look easier, but when you grow up, you realize adults are just kids in big bodies, to be fair.
Yeah.
What is something that shocks you about adulthood? Like, you imagined it back when you were younger, and now that you're here, it's kind of like, what the heck?
Like, what has shocked me the most?
Shocked me the most, yeah.
Honestly, like, hey guys, is that it really is a whole different thing once you decide. Because obviously with the added responsibilities and shit, like that's what just gave me the biggest shock. Because guys, I'm still a student. I'm not having to now worry about tax numbers, the pay as you earn. Yeah, guys, it's a lot. And I think what shocked me the most is that I'm here now.
I never really thought of it like that, because I guess mine was also similar. I think what shocked me the most is how easy it is to fumble your own life. Like, we are at an age where we're expected to be able to fend for ourselves and whatnot. But if we're being completely honest, we're still living at home, and even like the siblings older than us are still living at home. So it's kind of a thing of, why were our parents able to move out of home as soon as they matriculated? And Tina, hey, dude, I'm realizing me trying to, I want to move out. Yeah, I need to put that thing on pause for a little bit, because it's just not feasible. It just doesn't make sense. I think adulthood isn't the way that I imagined it to be for those reasons. All the things that made adulthood, I guess, easier in our parents' time don't exist anymore. First of all, our economy is declining. Our politicians suck. Like, global warming. Like, genuinely, what are we supposed to do? So, I think in terms of that, it's not how I imagined it at all. I do wish certain things were different, but I'm trying to learn how to roll with the punches, y'all.
Hey, man, the economic state of this country, guys. And like, obviously, if you're not going to go into detail about it, face, and you just like looking at the surface. But to the people that did eco in high school, you guys understand that this country is going through the crisis.
That's the thing, though. What I've noticed is, like, in high school, subjects that you didn't do in high school catch up with you in uni. Because so for me, I didn't do eco or accounting in high school, but I ended up having to do it in uni. Guys, I remember sitting in Econ 102, and I was sitting there going, our world is collapsing, is basically what this lecturer is telling us. Like, that's the only way this makes sense. And it's so scary being able to put terminology to it, because when something's happening and you don't know what to call it, you kind of just like, it's not that bad. But once your mind knows exactly what it is, dismal. Genuinely try, because why is adulting so much harder now than it was before? And you realize, previous generations have messed it up for us so bad. And it's with the small things, but also with the big things. Like, unemployment in our country is so crazy. But if you think about it, all the jobs that were meant for teenagers and young adults are now like basic jobs that people are fighting for. Like, minimum wage jobs are now the jobs that are like being hunted for, because there's no money. People need to put food on the table. So me as a teenager, what am I fighting for? Because like, for example, because I know not everyone's situation is the same. But I'm realizing, no, dude, why am I not able to go into a mall and say, hi, hello, I'm looking for a job for the holidays? And someone's like, okay, cool, me. Why is it so much harder to do? Because back when our parents were doing it,
it was so easy to come back. I mean, hey, bro, unfortunately, that's how things is when it comes to times, because times always, like, things like this change always.
They always change, but I feel like our one dog, we got served such a bad hand. Like, oh my gosh. What have you gained or lost in your new adulthood? What is something new? What is something that's no longer there? What is something, Jay, that you think about where you're like, hey man, I wish I could be a kid? Or hey man, I like it over here.
I miss, not I miss about being like a teenager more than anything, guys. Let me tell you about prime lockdown. Oh, peak lockdown, man. Like, obviously, you know, from your side, some will be the same. Like, to the gents now. I was just dicey the gents and the ladies that may have also played. Guys, console, PlayStation, man. Oh, that was peak. Like,
I feel like I knew you were gonna say that. But all games would peak around that time because all of them were online, etc. Yeah. So now you could play with people across the world, and it was epic. Like I had such a huge Among Us era of my life. My thing is, guys, all COVID, I'm never ever in my head wishing to go back to COVID.
Okay, obviously not, because
I'm sorry, no, like
we're at a total standstill.
Because all those games, like console games, whatever, you can do them now. Maybe not at the same rate and scale, but no.
For me, playing with the boys, and that was the time I really did enjoy. And obviously now in uni, we don't get that. Yeah, we don't get the time at all. Like, I can't remember the last time I heard, hey, hop on, let's start a party. Oh. But anyways, that's what I miss, guys. The time that we used to have, surprisingly.
I've noticed from a lot of our conversations, even outside of the pod, you liked being a kid. I didn't. I liked being an adult. I'm not even gonna lie. Like the independence, the autonomy, everything just makes a lot more sense now that I'm an adult. The issue is I just can't fund the things that I want to do. Hence why I'm so pissed at the economic state of our country. But guys, as a kid, bro, I had nothing. I had nothing. I didn't want it. Adult me is salty and she's so cutesy. The only thing is she just has a lot of trauma and a lot of baggage to carry. But besides that, she's a hot girl. Like, I love her so much. She can go out and not have to be home by a certain time. She can be friends with whoever. She can actually talk to boys and she's not stumbling over her words. She's not, like, no shade to nerds, but she's not nerdy like she was. Bro, you remember back, like, I was... Not only was I nerdy, I was going through such a horrible acne phase. I had no idea how to style myself.
It was bad for all of us.
It was bad for all of us. But like, dude, I went through all of that for such a long time. I think I only started to grow into myself after high school. And I genuinely, like, I've always made the joke of, I'm a late bloomer. But I felt that late bloomer thing when it came to my glow up. Because people were glowing up, but mom... grade 11, grade 12. I'm sorry. I don't think I actually miss being a kid, to be quite honest. Like, I'm cool with adult me. So now that we've sort of unpacked what adulting has been for us on a more surface level, I want us to go into the next section or the next part of the podcast of our topic. We are going to be deep diving into what it's been like for us to become the aunts and the uncles of our family. So, Aphelele, are you ready?
Let's go crazy, bro. Let's go crazy.
Okay. Who are you? Okay, wait. Who in the family are you slowly becoming? If you had to be honest, who in the family do you think you're slowly turning into?
If I were to say I'm turning into someone, I'd say Malume.
Why would you say that?
I'll say, like guys, our uncle, man, he's very charismatic, you know.
Fair.
But like, yeah, you know, like, there's that thing of like, when it's time to be serious, we'll be serious. When it's time to joke around, we'll joke around. And I feel like
I see that. That's like a valid take. I do see that. That's actually you are like him, Shame. There's they have a weird, twisted sense of humor, both of them. But I see it. I think if I had to think of someone I'm becoming like, I'd say your mom.
Not Fizz.
I think number one, maybe it's the fact that we're both like the older siblings of our relative family units. But I also think there's certain things that we value the same, which I really like. Umamkulu is definitely a mother hen to a lot of people, and I'm realizing the older I get, I become like that. And even earlier we were joking about how I was keeping everyone alive, But I think, yeah, that element is in me. And bro, we like bringing people together. We like to do the checking up on people type of thing. I think, yeah, I'm becoming like my Mkulu. Also, I'm starting to see that I'm becoming the matriarch of my family, because like Mamkulu in my mind is the matriarch of our family. She definitely has that spearhead mentality. Like, yes, Umalum handles a lot of stuff, but he's very much a
enforcer.
Yes, he's very much an enforcer, and he does a lot of things behind the scenes. He doesn't like to be showboaty in your face, da 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 da. But Umamkulu is definitely the face of the movement type of thing, and I think I'm slowly becoming that person. So now that we've kind of discussed who we're turning into, what type of aunt and what type of uncle do you want to become? Because I think the people we're turning into, low-key, gives a little, a little hint to who we want to be.
Well, guys, for me, if there's, I'll be like cool actually.
Really? No, but if we're being completely honest, Uncle and Maluma are twins.
Yeah. So do the same. So like honestly speaking, like, I really am carefree, but like at the right times, not like just whenever. You know that thing. Obviously I try and keep it to a point where like, okay, yeah, strokes. Oh, okay. That's a double speed, you know, because sorry, I'm thinking about a story that happened. Not story. When was it? There was a thing 2024.
That's so old.
Yeah, 2024. Like your mom, sometime your mom called my brother again.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was that day, and then I remember I was like, when I called her to tell him like, hey, what's going on? I was laughing. Then I was like, hey, nah, this is actually serious. Like, what's going on?
No, but I think that's why our family needs people like you and people like Umalume. Because Umalume, for me, has always been the person that in a serious situation, he's cracking a joke and he's making sure the mood in the room is light. Light enough that people are not spiraling and overthinking, so that we can actually talk about it. Because if you've noticed, like, with Uma and Umamkulu, Uma is very much solution driven. She wants to get it sorted over and done with. Like this whole thing of Kutu, we're stuck on the issue, is gonna frustrate her. With Umamkulu, she likes to talk about it, unpack it, because she's like me in that sense. So I feel like Malume is able to balance both worlds, which is really, really cool, because he's also able to chairperson conversations. So yes, let's have a serious conversation, but calm down. You don't need to be, And I think that's really good and that's really positive. And I think with you, the reason why you and I get along so well is that we balance each other in that sense, because with you, you're able to balance, hey, let's laugh about it, but also let's have a serious conversation. And with me, if we're always unpacking, we actually get to see how deep the thing is. So we'll be talking. He goes, yes, I didn't think of it that way. That was the first thing I thought of, So it's funny, but we're able to balance each other out, and we're able to navigate it together and bring the two perspectives together better.
Just know how rich better while I'm doing it.
Which is so irritating, because why? But
the game.
No, man. Like, this is not the time. Like, your timing is awful.
But I still do
it. But yeah, I think when I think about the type of aunts and uncles we want to be, I definitely think of like Mamkulu in that sense. We'll say I definitely do want to be the person number one who continues to bring people together. But also, girl, she's got this level of emotional intelligence that's incredible, bro. Because something I've noticed about her, I think why I like her so much, is that she say something today, irritate me, pisses me off, because I'm like, why do you have that take? But later down the line, she'll come around and be like, I thought about it some more, and yeah, I was out of line. I was a bit out of pocket. I'm sorry. And we need more adults that are apologizing to kids and are coming back to kids and being like, you know what? I was a bit wild for that one. I think I like that she's always ready to check herself and check other people around her. Because even when she's checking you, she's not doing it in a hostile way. She's more of, okay, did you ever think of A, B, and C? So I think I want to be that adult in the family that's kind of allowing us to have conversations, facilitating that emotional, intelligence, making sure we are developing better EQ, but also we're staying together, because into ezohlukanisa is not having conversation. If we're allowing issues to fester and to grow, that's the precise thing that's gonna divide and conquer. When like what else do you want to inherit? Like what other trait do you think of and you're like, yeah, I want to be like that, I want to do this, I want to do that?
Another trait, well, it's more of a family tradition. Okay, what I call it a family tradition, I don't know. But like one thing our grandfather used to do, now that I was actually like I was thinking about the other day, and something I also want to continue, obviously when I have the funds, is that like every time when we used to visit them and like the day we leave, you'll like give us like 10 rand, 20 rand.
Yo, bring back the tradition.
So like
Listen, adults. Hey, hi, hello, it's me. Kids also want money. I don't know why we stopped that thing. Maybe it's because the economy is bad and this is an economic indicator, but we also like money. Guys, Mkulu was such a gem. Mkulu used to line us all up. And what I didn't like was that the
you
monies,
received was by age.
yes. So like imali be decreased, because when it started with our oldest cousin, bro was getting paper money notes. By the time it's at me, it's coins. So if it's coins at me, what are the young ones getting?
Yeah.
No, dude, I remember, I'll never forget. There was the one time where, okay, paper money, coins. And then the last two got sweet. Yo, that day was so dismal. I remember in the cars home, because no, but genuinely, besides him doing it like that, bring back that tradition. Like, give kids pocket money, damn. Like, you see, when grandparents used to be like, and then they used to bye, and they feel like it's in the hand. Oh, that was a gem. Because now it's my money, not me and my parents. Because parents used to do the same. Oh, can I please hold your money for me? Scam artist. That's my first encounter with scam artist.
Where's my 70 rand? Oh, hey, you'll get it back. Don't know.
And then you never see it again. And then for me, at least, when she used to call you and say, you'll get it back, mine used to be like, how? Did you not have school lunch? Did you not have... She's now counting all the things this money went towards. And I'm sitting there going, right. Nice.
And all you can do is just charge it.
It's funny that you brought up family traditions, because I was about to ask you, what are some of the family traditions that you want to keep going? And what are some of the family traditions that you think should end at us?
Yeah. That's the second part of the question. Yes.
Okay, answer the first one. What's a family tradition you want to keep going?
Yeah, aside from the giving out money thing, another one I would like to keep going is like, so obviously grandparents' house, we always used to get together there, and that's something I want to keep like alive, because that gave us opportunity to at least see each other maximum of 3 times per year.
To be quite honest, hell yeah. I think I was also going to say the same thing. I wanted to do this. Okay, so a little background. Our grandparents had a plot of land and a house in the farms, and we used to go there at least twice a year, and we'd all see each other and we'd all gather. We'd spend like the June holidays together, or Easter or December, whatever the case may be, but we'd always meet up at some point in the year. And then after both of them had passed away, unfortunately, we couldn't keep the property anymore, so we had to sell it. Sharp, cool, whatever. But now we don't have a space that we can gather in that can hold all of us, number one. But it took away that home-based feeling, and I wanted to bring that back. I wanted that when we're all old enough, like as the cousins, to all pitch in and we buy a property that's like that. Because I think for me, there's so many things or so many traditions that are dying out, in particular because we don't have that space anymore. And hey man, it's not healthy that we don't see each other. Like the fact that we had to facilitate, like, okay, we're going to start doing trips every July or so to see each other. I feel like it shouldn't be a one-on-one basis. It should be a family thing. Let's do this thing.
Get together, unfortunately, it's very scarce. Like, I feel like if I did not ask to come down this time of the year, I was going to see them this year.
But then that's the thing. Even with last year, the only reason we came up was because my sister had asked and we were like pushing for it. I don't think it's something that's that's being facilitated by our parents anymore. I don't think they have it in them, like in terms of energy and time and money and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't think they can facilitate it. And that's why I'm noticing that we're becoming the new adults, because family gatherings are going to start becoming our responsibility. Because if we're not pushing for them, they're not happening. There was a year where they came down for Christmas. And generally, shout out to this guy, because he pushed for it. And as much as my mom like wasn't up for hosting Christmas, I volunteered because I was like, guys, I genuinely want us to be together and spend time together. So it was a great privilege to have them down here with us. But it's so weird noticing that we're the ones that had to, spearhead that and be in charge of that. Because since when?
Since when, man? Yo.
And what traditions do you think need to end with us?
A tradition that needs to end with us. I can't think of any.
Oh, I got one. Stop comparing as kids. That definitely needs to stop at us, because trust and believe each and every kid is different. And the thing is, like, comparisons used to exist within each family unit, but it used to also exist within all the cousins as well. So it just became this thing of, even if here in this family unit, I'm fine, I'm not being compared to my siblings. There's a cousin somewhere that I'm being compared to. Why I'm being compared to that cousin, I don't understand. Also, second part to this, the favoritism. Like, my chat is, it's a natural human thing to have favorites. I understand. But don't make it obvious.
Actually.
I remember there was a time where we found out, like my siblings and I found out that your brother is the password to my mom's laptop. Why is he doesn't even live here and he's the password? How? We're fuming. I think, because the thing is, we had all expected that, the password is my sister. Because my sister is my mom's favorite.
Yeah, the middle child, they're like her.
And then we turn around. It's not even someone who's living under the roof. I don't make the favoritism obvious. Because even with like Kokon Cool, like before, we were all like guessing who's the favorite. And then Upma came along.
Oh yeah, she snitched. Yo.
She came along. And next thing, she's like their little egg. And I remember, bro, they had a solo photo of her in the lounge. It called it, where's our photo? Like, even if it was a group photo, where's our photo? Guys, don't make the favoritism obvious. Like, keep it to yourself.
Yeah, like,
but don't let us know.
I think, obviously, in hindsight, or like in the foreseeable future, like that can actually mess up a kid, man. And in a way, I think not everyone's like ready for that conversation, which is okay. But just know, to the kids, in get with it. I guess that's the best I can say for that, because I don't know what change.
So moving on to the third part of the conversation, I wanted us to talk about cycles that we want to break. Hence why my previous question was related to things that need to end at our generation. But before we get into like the negative, let's be positive. I feel like our parents did a good job in certain areas. So what are some of the areas that you think that they were excellent in?
For me, I would say that's what I'm looking for. I'd say the way they did raise us in any case, because I'll speak for myself rather. No.
Yeah, continue.
I'll speak for myself rather. My mom raised me in the sense of like to be a person that like is determined, like there's like characteristics, like certain characteristics that you can't really develop on your own. Like somebody will have to help you, and that's what she did. Like she helped me develop certain characteristics where I further developed them on my own. Yes, but there's just like there's those small things where I appreciate that she like, you did well, because you gave me these tools to excel in such a thing.
That's actually a really nice one. And she is a determined person, that lady. Wow. Yes. To be quite honest, I don't know if I have things like on an individual scale. I was thinking of the adults collectively, like all of our parents. I think one thing they did really well is facilitate the relationships between us, because as cousins and siblings, we're bonded. We're the fact that we're able to facilitate our own relationship without them present speaks volumes, because they gave us the tools to form those relationships. And I think growing up watching them get along for as long as they did, it was kind of just like, I've never seen these people fight. Like, obviously, now that we're older, we know that behind the scenes, yes, there have been fights and things. But it was the thing that they never let that seep into our relationship, and they never let that affect us. Because why are we inheriting our parents' beef? Because at the end of the day, yes, we're cousins, but we're practically siblings. Like, our formative years, we grew up together. That's my brother. My brother. But yeah. I think about that a lot. Yes, I can pick apart our parents for these minor little things, but I genuinely do think that in terms of keeping us together and keeping us bonded and ensuring that we have relationships, they ate with that. Like, they did their big one with that one.
And they did, sure. And that on our flowers.
So, Api, let's be serious now. Why are the unhealthy cycles that you've noticed and picked up on over the years
unhealthy?
I mean, we already mentioned like a few, like the whole comparison thing.
The sneak dissing.
Elaborate. Elaborate.
Hey guys, obviously I'm not gonna like expose our family drama, but like, every family does it.
Yeah.
Just be sneak dissing, man. Like, there are those comments on the side.
True. I don't think adults are aware. Kids hear and absorb everything. So I'm now thinking of certain scenarios where like we were there for some of the sneak dissing. I think it goes back to the comparison thing as well, because when they were comparing us, it was sometimes, yes, it was to our face, but it will be a thing of like, I remember there was an instance where I had matriculated and I got a certain result in a certain subject, and someone made a comment about a different cousin, but they were trying to compliment me. Where do they enter? They were minding their own business. So I think about those type of things. It's like, yeah, the sneak dissing is something that we.
Yeah.
But another thing is, though, if we're going to address the sneak dissing, then we need to address the fact that why are we unable to say things to people's faces? Because, like, for example, earlier on I was talking about my uncle, how he's really good at, confronting situations, but it's usually in a big situation. So, like, if it's deep and it's important that we address it, he's the person to go to for that. But for all the small, minor little conversations, we're not having a family meeting about the fact that someone stubbed their toe type of thing, But I think it's important that we address the fact that we sometimes don't air out our grievances with people early enough, and we let them ferment and grow, because that's how the sneak dissing starts, and that's how this and this starts. So I feel like that is a cycle we need to break. The sneak dissing in tandem with like not being able to address things head on. How do you feel about when, as a family, like, say for instance, someone has done something wrong and we kind of just like turn a blind eye to it, and I guess the victim of the situation, we kind of just like, oh, Pepe, so like it's not that. How do you feel about situations like that?
So what you're asking is like how we pamper.
Yes. Yeah.
Me personally, now I'm at a point in my life where I believe that this thing of like holding your hand does not exist anymore. Hey guys, say how it is. Do how it is. Because obviously this thing of like hand holding is now like it's really coddling you, and it's like in the long run that'll be a good thing. Because I think it's just peaches and roses.
I agree. I think if we don't nip things in the bud early enough, they just continue doing that particular thing, and because Tina is wrong, the person thinks it's perfectly fine and it's perfectly okay. I think reason why it's important for us to have the relationships that we do, for example, we're able to call each other out, because why would you do that? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
Whereas I know that if we had to get the adults involved, like there's certain conversations that I know will be raised at home, and I'm just like, you know what? Let's not talk about it, because I know exactly what you're gonna say. Like, okay, for example, if I was to randomly start beating on you, I'm hitting you now.
Yeah.
It will be a thing of, I know, why are we not calling her out for hitting someone? You go, it's a light-hearted example, but I'm just like, alright guys, why are we pretending like it's okay? How do we honor our families while also choosing healthier ways? So like, yes, we've acknowledged that, okay, there's some unhealthy habits that they have or unhealthy traits, whatever. But how do we honor them and still show appreciation and gratitude, but also choosing a different path for ourselves?
So controversial.
You love a controversial take.
Yeah. I think that's what we're here for. So you see, guys, there's a certain South African character, right? Kamela Kujonas. I don't know why reaction is like that, but like
I already know what you're gonna say and who you're talking about. Continue.
No, guys.
No, continue. I'm listening.
Him as a character, you can tell he is a family man. Yes, certain actions. Don't get me wrong. Like 90% of his actions were like, obviously, that was like, yeah, that was stupid. That was like no need. But him as a man, he tried to keep his family together at the end of the day.
Hot take. He did not try to keep his family together. Oh, Jonas. His daughter came to him and was trying to talk to him. Oh, Jonas turned up the volume. What are you talking about? Were we watching the same show?
Okay.
Then you're talking about, keeping his family together. He went after his son's crush. You're talking about keeping the family together.
That's what I said.
Made his brother fake marry his second wife so his first wife doesn't find out.
That's why I said the way he went about things was wrong. Don't get me wrong.
Okay, about how in the previous point I raised the whole cuddling thing. You're literally doing that because let's address it. Let's face the elephant in the room. We have this thing in our family where when we're younger, we'll see something and feel like, oh, we don't like that. I'll never be like that. Then we get older. And suddenly, mirror on the block. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, trust me. BS aside, I will admit, the nigga did some crazy things.
Yeah, so Jonas was wrong. Sharp, okay? But my chat is, why are you, call a spade a spade. You're trying to say he was a family man. I don't think he was a family man. Like, acknowledge him for something else, maybe. I think also honoring our parents is, I guess for me, is like not necessarily casting him aside and emancipating yourself from him, but doing your own thing. Like with the Jonas situation is dismal. Like, there's no coming back from that. Genuinely.
No, but the reason why I was also trying to say I'll put him in the front for this is because, guys, let's be honest. He had that opportunity to leave Joyce. The opportunity was there. Yeah, now he was like, no man, God's guys, no. Let me stay and let's work things out. Yes, I do not vuma are you polygamy. Don't get me wrong.
Okay, hold on. Speaking as a child of parents that divorced, I'm glad that they divorced, guys. Those two people didn't need to be together. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Like the whole, let me stay. This is my wife. We'll make it work. You don't need to. You know.
Hey guys, love is blind.
Wait, hi. Hi. So we're almost at the end, guys. Just buckle in. Just wait with. Okay, no, I don't need to say that because it's gonna make it sound like this is a drag. This is fun. You guys are gonna like it. Anyway. So now let's talk about family expectations. Obviously, there are things that our families expect of us, things that we are meant to do, duties that are given to us, even if we don't realize they've been given to us. So did you ever feel the pressure to grow up quickly, like to become an adult fast, quit in a hurry?
I didn't feel that pressure.
Hey man, this dude has been a kid, still a kid. He's vibing.
Still kind of kid, but anyways. No, I didn't feel that pressure because, as you said, I've been a kid for as long as I can remember. No, sorry.
Do you think you being the last born in your family unit contributed to that whole still feeling like a kid?
That's why I was actually a better kid to know. And me being the last born, I wasn't put in a position to grow up, I think everything starts to take place, or in terms of growing up, everything starts to fall place end of grade 11. To matric.
Yeah, because that makes sense. That's actually really interesting because obviously I'm from a different position from you. And hey man, did I feel the pressure to grow up? Yeah, I did. And from so many different people for so many different reasons. Even now, I still feel it. I'm realizing that my weird, I guess, dynamic with my sister comes from the fact that there are certain expectations that were on me at a certain age that she doesn't have on her. And I'm wondering, why does she not have to go through fire like I did, Not that I wanted to go through hell, But it's more of like, why is it not fair and just across the board? It's even like I was at some point venting about the fact that she's got a lot more freedom and leniency than I did. And not that I don't want her to have that freedom, but it's like, why does she get it and I didn't? Type of thing. So did I feel the pressure to grow up quickly? Yeah, I did. Like, ugh, bro, that pressure was so heavy. Like, I also think social media low-key contributed to that a bit, because obviously social media shows what adulthood is supposed to look like, what this and this is supposed to look like. So do you think social media has affected the way that we see adulthood today?
Yes, it has.
How?
It affected like how we would perceive things normally. Like, okay, so I had this discussion before, but not in terms of adulthood, more to a relationship perspective. So I like to target that more because that's the best way I can understand it or like put into words. So obviously in a relationship, one thing I've seen or noticed is that when gents or ladies like, do something, they post it on social media, and now it's become a thing of like, okay, now I want my partner to do that. And I feel like having those kind of expectations on somebody else is not healthy, because solely for the purpose that it's not gonna benefit you as a person looking for those expectations. Because now every time you meet somebody new, you're gonna be like, yeah, now this person must do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But now when they fail to meet your expectations, it's gonna slowly kill your perception of love. So like to bring it to like the whole adulthood chat is that they have like most adults will post how well they're doing in their life, and you as a person that's striving to like accomplish something, you don't put expectations on yourself to the point where now you want to be like, okay, now by 25 I want to have millions. I'm not saying like don't chase your goals. Obviously chase your goals. It's just don't put these expectations on yourself that would like affect your view moving
Hey,
forward.
bruh, I thought by 21 I would have a car, an apartment, everything. Life did not turn out that way. I do think adulthood has affected the way that, I mean, I think social media has affected the way we see adulthood.
Yeah.
But I also think in terms of family pressures as well, social media makes it seem like all these glorious lives are easily achievable. But when you're home and you're going through the things, you realize how difficult it is. Because I'm thinking about me and my situation. My family has been through the ring of fire for a lot of reasons. But it's so easy for me to scroll on social media and see other kids that are making it, for my mom to scroll on social media. And like with my mom, I think it's also a bit because she has friends that have kids the same age as me, and they're doing well and they're excelling. I'm sure she's looking at them like, I wonder what y'all did differently than my daughter did, and kind of thing. And then that also leads to the comparison, and now we are putting pressure on each other that we don't need to put on each other, because unfortunately our life paths are different. So her journey and my journey are not going to be the same. His journey not going to be the same. And everyone's trying their luck and they're trying to figure out this life thing. But yeah, man, like it's really, really tough.
Yeah,
do you think there's a pressure to always have things together, like always have your ducks in a row?
It's a pressure.
Yeah, do you think there's pressure? Do you think there's pressure particularly from the adults in your life or your parents, etc.?
Yeah, well, yeah. I go. Guys, to focus on the question, not like deviate. Yes, there's pressure from adults to make sure the same thing don't get those in order. I mean, it's not a bad thing. Like, okay, obviously it's about how you go about it, but like it's not a bad thing. But anyways, the pressure I feel is that academically speaking, I must maintain where I am, because I've in uni
set the standard.
I've set a certain standard where now my parents are actually expecting me to come back with distinctions all the time. And it's a lot of pressure, because like now I'm being put in this position where I have to like meet those expectations or like be seen as a failure. So it's just a lot. It's a strain on me.
Hey man, I think for me it's also related to school, but just life in general. I think I feel the pressure from my mom a lot to, I guess, be the pioneer, because if I'm able to do it and get through whatever, then it means my siblings after will also be able to. Then she can kind of relax and she doesn't have to worry a lot. But if it's difficult and it's rough with me, then she now has to do calculations on how she's going to be able to do it with my sister, with my brother, and so forth. So it's kind of like, I feel the pressure to get it right the first time. Like, I think that's why when it comes to like my life and my story, everything going dismally wrong didn't just hurt me, it hurt my mom also, because for her, she now can't relax until every last one duckling is through that ring of fire.
True.
Now, we are coming to the end of our topic, and I wanted us to wrap it up with something called legacy. That is the fifth section, I guess, of the topic, of how I broke down the topic. And I think it's a really cool way to end the conversation, because, dude, like, we now get to talk about things that we want to leave behind, things we get to reflect on. What is a legacy? I think we mentioned it earlier, though, when we were talking about the family stuff. What is a legacy you want to leave outside of money? Like, what is something you want to leave behind and want to have generations talking about outside of money? I'm definitely trying to leave your money. Please, I want generational wealth up in this. But besides that, I'm trying to think, what else could we leave behind? Because we've spoken about the traditions, we've spoken about things that we want to change, things that need to end with us. We've spoken about how we wanted to buy that property, have like a family home again. But what else would we be leaving behind? Actually, yeah, I know what I want to leave behind. I want to leave behind like a legacy genuinely, but in terms of an empire. Like Umkulu was trying to do this, and it degadegaed along the way somewhere, but I want to build a business empire. If it's not a business, but I don't know what industry this must be in. That's what I'm saying. Like it degadegaed somewhere, but it's coming up again. But I definitely want that legacy ulti when people hear a particular surname, they go, "Oh, that family," type of thing. And I, not just for other people, like I don't really care about outside perspective, but I want the kids in our family to think, oh, when I get older, I get to be a part of that, because there's something really incredible about being a part of something bigger than yourself. And yeah, dude, like I want our future nieces, nephews, everything to be set for life. Because yeah, man, like we deserve it. We deserve to have that kind of thing going for us, and I do want to leave that behind. And right now in my head, the song Legacy is playing in my head, because if you think about the Carter family, like Beyonce, Jay-Z, individually they have their own legacies, but as a family unit they have a legacy, and you can see it how they're passing it down to their children. Like Blue is now performing with them. Okay, I actually don't know much about the twins, but you can tell that family, like they're building something, and I think that's something that I want for us as well, like to build something.
Legacy I would want to leave behind is like the ability to inspire others. Like I would want my kids to teach their kids, to teach her kids, whatever.
I'm not having kids.
Okay, to teach whoever's kids, but like to like just have the ability to inspire others, because I feel like obviously growing up, I'll even say it out, was like those times where I was like, oh, I like the motivation, I like the inspiration to do certain things, and I didn't really have those role models from my brothers. I mean, okay, it kind of changed at some point, but early in my childhood, I didn't have that feeling where like, ah, man, these guys inspire me to do something, you know. I'm not hating on now, like now it's different, obviously, but like early, I'll say before grade 8, like there was no motivation for me to like, you know, hit the chair, for example. Stupid example, but you know, those small things. For me personally, I just want that legacy of like, okay, nah, Aphelele, whatever. He taught us how to inspire others. And
actually, I'm so sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
We've never put like the word aunt or bab or whatever in front of our names to hear how it sounds. Bab Aphelele. Like I just heard you say it. I'm like,
I mean,
you might need to find another one, broski.
It's gonna happen.
Like, okay, for example, Abab Junior. Do you hear what I'm saying? So I'm like, I feel like we need to rethink some of our names. Because for me, and Ginger.
You trying to be extra, bro.
Okay, I'm just making an example, but like, we really need to think about the whole name thing.
My nephews and nieces, I don't know. I'm trying not. I don't know what to call me, bro. But like I know who's he. Bab, Malum.
But something is there. All right, continue. Sorry, I interrupted.
Nah, yeah.
Okay. So, if your younger self had to have a conversation with you today, what do you think they would say about you? Do you think they'd be proud, disappointed? Like, what's the chat?
My younger self would be proud. I early days of my childhood, I was stuck in this bubble that I refused to like step out of in terms of like social interactions and whatnot. Obviously, clearly I'm better now. But yeah, be proud. Would say, hey, you actually like you went through the ringer and you got out alive.
Damn, that's really cute. I think mine is also similar. I think she'd be proud of me in terms of who I've become. Logically, no, she'd have a lot of questions. But I think in terms of who I've become, she'd be so proud. I think everything that I wanted to be when I was younger, I high key became. Because like I mentioned, I was nerdish. I was a dork. I had no friends at some point. And she's grown into this person who like fills out her whole body. She walks with confidence. Hi, teacups. I have bad news. I'm so sorry, but we faced technical difficulties while we were filming. Unfortunately, because my cousin and I were yapping so much, I ran out of space. Therefore, there is a little bit of the end that was cut out. We have about 20 minutes of footage that wasn't captured, but we were wrapping up anyways. We were on the last part of the conversation, which was legacy. And honestly, it's okay. It's okay that it wasn't recorded. Maybe it wasn't meant to be, but I still wanted to deliver a good podcast episode for you guys. So, yeah, man, we're just gonna charge it to the game. But please, guys, make sure that if you're watching on YouTube, you like, you comment, you subscribe, and you tell a friend to tell a friend. And if you're listening on streaming platforms such as Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please make sure you follow the podcast and you rate me 5 stars because I am a 5-star girl. And for my lovely co-host, please Kandim Shaile Izanda in the comments. Please give him a round of applause. Make sure you also check out his socials at Pele_AM on Instagram and TikTok, I think. I can't remember properly, but I will put it on the screen for the viewers. Listeners, amen. Just listen carefully. But yes, guys, it was lovely spending time with you guys and lovely having a co-host. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode because I surely did. But yes, I will be seeing you guys next time. Lots of love and light. Mwah. Bye.